Well, it looks like the old FBI and the Department of Justice, well, they got caught. They got caught for the corrupt trash that they are. It seems that all across the United States, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and more likely millions of Americans are beginning to wake up to the fact that the FBI and the Justice Department are the most rogue, out of control, illicit law enforcement agencies in the United States. They tried to pull a coup d'etat on an American presidency. They're busted. And there's huge numbers of people that now realize just how dangerous and corrupt they actually are. Meanwhile, in the background where they're doing their absolute best to keep it under wraps, they've been protecting the largest international banking cabal and banking cartels that you can possibly imagine, including J.P. Morgan Chase, Danks Bank, Deutsche Bank, Credit Suisse, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on and on. From Citibank to Wells Fargo to you name it, all over this nation. Hundreds of billions, even trillions, not only were laundered for international criminal networks and syndicates, vast laundering of so much money you can't even begin to describe it. Meanwhile, Comey and Stotts and all these Rosenstein idiots and Mueller and all these other clowns and politicians are getting their pockets lined by the most powerful bankster gangsters on planet Earth. At the very same time, the Clintons and the Obamas and the Bushes are doing the same thing. This garbage has been going on in America for decades. I'm going to make this one short and sweet because there's 1,000 other ones I've made while the American people do nothing more than screw around and do nothing. This all began for me when I ran into that Western Bank bunch of Osama bin Laden trash in Houston, Texas. Western Bank Westheimer. You got any problems finding that, give Nelda Luce Radabow Blair and her husband Jim Blair a phone call and ask them where the hell the headquarters of Western National Bank is. All involved with the Khashoggis, the Ghabanafars, and the Mujahideen, the ISIS, the Al-Qaeda, the Nicaraguan freedom fighters, and every other Imelda and Ferdinand Marcos and Manuel Noriega pile of garbage in the history of this country. Western National Bank, Houston, Texas, where the Bushes, George Sr. and Georgie Jr., and Bill and Hillary Clinton and James Baker III and Oliver North and Secord and the whole stinking bunch of them have been running secret black op warfare operations from uptown Houston for decades. You take that over to the TC Jester offices of the FBI and take it on downtown to 515 Rusk and start asking those people who the hell was running the Gulf Manor Airport and Lamar Terrace, the old Triad Development Corporation. Isn't this correct? Donald J. Trump. You're involved in it too, Trump, right up to your stinking eyeballs. That's why you're protecting all your gangster bankster pals, because without all that credit, the Trump empire evaporates. Let's get with it, ladies and gentlemen. Donald J. Trump is protecting the damn banksters. That's why it's too big to fail, isn't it, Donald? Too big to fail, too big to jail. William Barr. You're just another Jeff Sessions with a few extra pounds. Count on it, ladies and gentlemen. And to my friends up in the Adirondacks, particularly there on Ridge Street, old Matt Fornicello, the Green Party candidate from Glens Falls, you bet your freaking ass, Matt, the FBI's corrupt, and there's a whole lot more corruption than that has been buoying and keeping these gangster banksters afloat. The information on this banking fiasco in the world is copious. It's everywhere. It's abundant. All you got to do is take a little effort to ask a few questions. Why is it that this international money laundering racketeering is financing American presidential elections? Why is this international money laundering fiasco and all these subprime predatory liars loans and all this other garbage that has crashed the world financial system, why is it all financing Senate and congressional elections and every other state level election, including the sheriff's offices and the constable's offices, the county prosecutors? Money, 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 dirty, dirty, dirty money. Say it, Jimmy Comey. Come on, Mr. Mueller. You want to talk about a national freaking emergency? Let's talk about where in the hell these people get off laundering trillions through U.S. banks and buying the system. Hey, Matt Fornicello, get on a phone and call Gretchen Morgensen and Art Rochner and ask them about that reckless endangerment, and ask Gretchen Morgensen and anybody else you want to ask about how they bought the system with dirty, dirty, dirty money. Ladies and gentlemen, look for all the links below. It's early Sunday morning. I'm not quite awake yet, but I'll guarantee you one thing, Donald J. Trump and Mike Pence, the games of charades are over. Write these numbers down. 219 CV 0005. The jig is up. Ladies and gentlemen, adios. As always, hasta la vista, and you betcha we will be back.